Hello everybody, this is Thannus here, and today we are back in Metroid Prime. In the previous episode, we started exploring the Phazon mines a little bit further, and acquired the Power Bomb. In this episode, we're going to be returning to a lot of the rest of Talon 4, and using our new Power Bomb, and Grapple Beam, we also got that, I almost forgot, to explore a lot of stuff we couldn't before. So let's get to it. First destination, here in the Talon overworld. Let's go ahead and make our way through this way. There's a few things we can get here, one of which will be very beneficial to us moving forward. After we deal with this whole pickup dealio, there will probably be a few areas that we can get to now that we weren't able to before. We want to head all the way up to the top of this area. Ow. Now that we can head through this gate, that is much easier for us to do. I'm waiting for this thing to... There. Not going to go through the ice beam door there, though. Actually head back up this way and go up this. Not much we could do with it before, but now we can. Head all the way up here. And we're going to want to go through the tunnel past this door that we could not get all the way through before. But now we can because we have power bombs. So we can jump through this area here. There is something that we can get through up top there. But we're going to worry about that later. Because first, I want to go into here. Here we have the X-ray visor. Also, this wall is Bendesium. Now that we have the X-ray visor, we'll be able to activate it and see stuff that we couldn't before. But first, let's use a power bomb to blow open these walls. Oh, hello. Refill that power bomb too, I guess. This is a room that we were not able to access at all before, but now we can. So, let's see what's in here. There are, I believe, at least 2 items in this room. Might be off. I'm trying to remember exactly where they are. Trying to remember what I'm supposed to do in here exactly. It's been a while since I've played, so I think it has to do with this little bit here. I think I can scan this. No, I can't. I did not mean to use a whole power bomb on that. I don't think that was Bendesium. So we're going to have to recharge that at some point. Oh, wait, this is a turnable one. And we have an artifact. Look at that. Very nice. However, we don't have any ostensible way of getting up there. Or do we? Now that we have the X-ray visor, we can actually see a little bit more than we could before. And I believe somewhere around here. Oh wait, no, we don't need. Never mind, we can easily get up there. My mind is scattered right now, I guess. Anyways, that's the 7th of 12 artifacts. That's not how many we require, that's just the number order. But we have 5 of them now. And now that we do have that artifact, how do we get out, pray tell? That is where the X-ray visor comes into play. Because obviously, we can't really get out very easily without climbing out. So, we're going to want to head back over this way. Also, I'm fairly certain there's still... I'm fairly certain there's still another item in here. Ah, come on. Climb back up here. Up here as well. Oop, no, no more fall. And then, X-ray visor, we should... No? I could have sworn there was an X-ray platform somewhere. Okay, give me one moment. I'm trying to remember how the hell I'm supposed to be able to leave this room. Okay, I was able to jump on top of this platform the whole time. I don't know why I thought I couldn't. Not a big deal. Also, a video I was watching to try and remember how to get out of this room reminded me of something that is not in this version of the game. It's in the GameCube and Prime Trilogy or Wii versions of the game only. But nonetheless, it's something I want to show to y'all at some point, and I swear if I fall off that cliff because of these stupid Chozo ghosts. That being said, Chozo ghosts are a little bit easier to deal with now, because we have the X-ray visor, which lets us see invisible stuff. Which means we can now see Chozo ghosts no matter where they are in the room, and no matter what they're doing. So we'll actually take them out real quick now. They move around the same as they did before, so they still have that obstacle to them. But they are far, far easier to deal with now. And I just remembered my dog's in my room, and I need to let him out, but I'm going to finish beating these guys up first. Oh, come on. Die, damn you. Okay, where's the last one? There he is. Okay, there we go. Recharge our power bomb a little bit, too. Okay. Grab these refills. And now we can climb back up for real, but I gotta let my dog out first. Alright, back to it. Climb back up this way. Oops, wrong platform. Cross over here. Climb this with the morph ball. You already see all this. You don't need me. You don't need me to explain it to you. There we are. And we can now leave this room without any problems, because those damn Chozo ghosts are gone. And we can drop in here. There. And now our search for more stuff continues. Boost ball back up to the top of this, because there is still an item in here that we did not grab earlier, just because I was trying to save that power bomb. It's a little bit of a pain to get up to. Come on, I know this is possible. There we go. And we got another missile expansion. Very nice. And we'll just boost ball right back up the other side. Like so. Now get out of this room. And now that we have the X-ray visor, actually a little bit more we can do with this room as well. Let me grab that power bomb refill there. Okay. There's another enemy here somewhere. Okay, maybe not. Anyways, like I was saying, X-ray visor. Invisible platforms are in this room, so we can use them to climb up as well. Let's jump over to this side here and up to this platform. And then we can jump on over here, and that gives us access to this door that we could not reach before. And that gives us access to yet another missile expansion. Not sure why it needed its whole own dedicated room, but it got it, I guess. And now with that, we'll be heading back through more of the Talon 4 overworld. I believe our next destination will be... I don't think there's any items in the frigate. I want to say either Talon Canyon or the Root Cave. I want to say... Actually, no. Hold on, let me gather my thoughts first before we just go off. Okay, so actually we are going to be heading all the way over to the Root Cave. There is an item we can get there, but we can't access that red door yet. The main item that we're going, main reason we're going to the Root Cave is so that way we can get to Magmoor Caverns East. So, I will see you guys when we get there. One thing of note, we can now grapple across the gap in the entrance to the frigate. So that makes it a lot easier to get back across without having to wade through the water every time. Alright, and now that we're back in the landing site, one thing of note, the ship will refill power bombs just as it refills missiles and health. So, worth going in there whenever you're passing by as well, especially if you're low on power bombs. Alright, here we are in the Root Cave. We can actually grapple up here now that we can access the area. And if we head up top, there's not much up in this first area that we have access to. But if we use our X-ray visor, we can reach these platforms here. And by the way, it is actually possible to come here beforehand. I think it's a little bit more difficult. Oh, actually, they might have changed it. No, you can see them. There is rain splatter on top of the platforms. Kind of difficult to see from certain angles, though. But that lets you get up here, even if you don't have the X-ray visor. I believe there is a missile somewhere around here as well. Ah, yes. We can jump in here, grab the missile expansion. Alright. And we'll just go back down now, because we can't open that door up top just yet. And head towards the Magmoor Caverns elevator. And there's a few things we can do in Magmoor Caverns. Quite a few. One of them very beneficial to us. Well, a few, but mostly one particular one. Alright, so, welcome to Magmoor Caverns. There's two directions we can go in. We're going to want to head this way first. So, towards the geothermal core, we go. See you guys when we get there, or if we find anything else I can grab now. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned before, you can actually freeze the little fire geysers in the wall with your ice beam. So if you don't want to deal with them, that's an option. Also, these grapple points give us nice shortcuts across parts of Magmor that we otherwise had to take the long way around with before. Alright, here we are in the geothermal core. Exactly where I wanted to head. And now that we have a few different items, I believe we require the spinner, the power bombs, and the grapple beam for this room. We head across here. Oh, spider ball, sorry. Power bombs are not required, but you have to have the power bombs to get the grapple beam anyway, so... Anyways, if you use the spinner in this little slot here, we can make this platform go up. And that will make us start this puzzle here. Unless you fall down to the ground, in which case you have to climb all the way back up. But you don't have to reset the platform. That stays up, I believe. Okay, so jump up there without falling off this time. Then we'll do the same thing here. Bring this platform on up. There we are. And then we can jump up here as well. Bring this platform up. All right. And now that that's up, we can use a spider ball to get up on top of it. Drop on down. And we want to jump over to this one. And enter this morph ball slot. And that opens up an entire other half of the room we could not even see before. Those are parasites, not something new. This is also what I believe to be the most annoying room in the game. Not a fan of this room. There we go. That being said, it's not difficult per se. It's just annoying. If you fall down, you have to go all the way back up. It's just a hassle. But we'll see if I can do it in one try here. Certainly doable in one try. Watch out for the parasites. I don't believe you can kill them, but they are not very difficult to avoid. And make sure you have your spider ball activated when you're going down that path, because you do not stop. And make sure you turn it on as soon as you can when falling from any of these heights. Despite the appearance of this, you can go onto these gray areas as well. It is not just the one bit of track that you have to stay on. I don't know why it's designed like that, but you have a little bit of leg room to move around on that one. I don't believe that would have been smart, actually, so I'm just going to play it safe and go around like this. Oops. Thankfully, there's a few points you can catch yourself on some of these. Very careful there. And we head up here. Avoid the parasites. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be able to drop at the bottom one. I don't think I've ever actually gotten to that second bit there. And we're going to use a power bomb here. No! I should have waited to fall until it was destroyed. Alright, well, we did get there the first try. We just didn't stay there. Okay, I'll see you guys once I get back up there. Alright, here we are, back up on top. Did not mean to hit that with a missile. Let's open the door up. And we got something nice in here. This is the plasma beam. It is our fourth and final beam upgrade, and it lets us open plasma doors now. So now we can go just about anywhere. If I can actually keep the door open. Not much else to grab here, though. If we head over to the Magmor workstation, there will be this workstation tunnel that we didn't have access to before. Or we did, but we couldn't get all the way through it. So let's head there. Land on that so we don't get burned. Plasma beam gives us access to just about everything we didn't already. It is also a very strong weapon, but doesn't really do jack shit against fire-based enemies, because they're fire-based enemies, and plasma is fire. Or fire is plasma, not the other. Never mind, you get the idea. Let's head back through here. There is a little bit more we can still do in Magmor, so we're not leaving just yet, but I am heading to this one area since we're already on this side of the cavern. I believe all we had to worry about here was a energy tank. So I don't believe there's anything else for us in this particular room. Want to head up there. I think we can just jump up. Yeah, thought so. Now that we can go through here, get rid of him, and blow open this. Look at that. Now we can access the other side. Open this ice door here. That gives us open to a new elevator. This one gives us direct access to the Phazon mines. We're not going to go through there just yet. We don't have a reason to go back to the Phazon mines yet. Well, I mean, there is quite a bit we can do there now, but we're going to hold off for now. So, we've already covered pretty much this entire half of Magmor. So what I'm going to do now is head over to this side. There's quite a bit we can do going down that way. So I'll see you guys once we get back to the Talon Overworld elevator. Alright, made it back to the elevator. Now we're going to head over this way. I would go on this Morphball track, but I'm just going to book it through here. Ow. Alright, now we can just grapple across this room without any issue. Unless you fall off the grapple beam and fall into the lava and get perilously injured. But other than that... And in this room, there is a little bit more we can do in here. We head over to the center here. We can use a power bomb and blow open a hole in the middle of this tunnel. At the bottom here, we have the Ice Spreader, the super missile equivalent for the Ice Beam. All right. That will use 10 missiles, however, so use it very conservatively. And then we can head into the next room here. If you remember correctly, there is an artifact we got near the top of the room before that we could not quite reach. Or, no, we could get the artifact, but there was something under it that we couldn't quite get yet. Now that we have power bombs, we should have no issue accessing it. So, I believe... Yeah, we'll need to climb all the way up to the top of the... Also, there was that sound of something like moving, like an elevator. In the GameCube and Wii versions of the game, that is a ridiculously loud sound. I don't know why it is so loud, but it is like overbearingly loud in those versions of the game. It's still in this version, just not like that. Yeah, let's head up here. I also don't even really know what causes that noise. As far as I can tell, there's like nothing moving in this room that's like part of the environment. I genuinely don't know what the noise is or what causes it. Let's head back into this thing here. We gotta bring the bridge back up. Head right across here. Head into this door here. And if you recall, that's Bendesium at the bottom there. Let's go ahead and use a power bomb to open it up. And we can go on through. And that gets us access to the power bomb expansion. That will allow us to carry more than 3 power bombs at once. Thank God. And then we can just bounce up through this tunnel. And we'll land right into this room we were just in. We're going to still head on back through here, though, because there's a little bit more we can do in the other half of Magmore as well. And then after that, we're going to want to go back to Chozo Ruins to grab some more stuff. So we'll do that. Thankfully, we don't have to go all the way back up to the top of this room to do so. We can just go right through this door. Not much to do in this room. We'll just pass on through. Open this door here. And in this room, there is a little bit we can do. Remember that item that I was having trouble finding before? Now that we have the X-ray visor, we should have no issue finding it. Let's also get rid of these bozos so they're not a nuisance for us. If he stops dodging everything I'm throwing at him. There we go. He also has a missile refill for us. We'll take that. So now I believe there are some invisible platforms right over that way I need to be able to reach. So we'll head over to this side of the room here. We can... trying to remember how to get up to them exactly. Ah! This side here, there's a little bit of a raised platform. So now we can jump across here, no issue. I believe this pillar is, I want to say super missile. We can't exactly power bomb it from here. Yeah. It might have been a normal missile, I don't know. Either way, we couldn't reach it before, so it wasn't much of a reason to do anything with it before now. But now that we have that, we can head back towards the Chozo Ruins North elevator. Alright, heading back up to Overworld, Chozo Ruins. And there's a few things we can still grab here. It's not as much items in this area as we were able to grab before. Also, I do want to head back to this room in particular, because there was an item hidden behind the Tower of Light that we could not get to before. And then this room in particular is another one. There is also an item in the main plaza I'm going to want to grab. So we'll go there. Actually, yeah, I'll head to the main plaza first. I don't know of anything else that we'll need to grab imminently anywhere else in here. Hall of the Elders is... No, not Hall of the Elders. The Furnace is another room we're going to want to go into. I believe that's about it, though. Alright, now that we're back in the main plaza, we're going to do a little bit of a weird loop around, kind of a U-turn of sorts. We're going to head into this room here and go through this whole tunnel. And at the very end, we'll be back in this room. And if you recall correctly, also, did I ever... I think I did. Yeah, I got that already. If you recall correctly, at the end of this room here, there was another room completely filled with lava that we could not cross before because we did not have the equipment that allowed us to do so safely. Now we have grapple beams, so we can cross without any issue. And if we use our X-ray visor, we can see there's something behind there. As we scan this wall, we'll see it is made of bendesium, so we have to turn into Morph Ball first. Then we can blow it up with a Power Bomb. And that gives us access to yet another Power Bomb expansion. And some Chozo lore, if I activate the right scanner. Chozo script translated. The power of our temple and all 12 artifacts have sealed an evil in the depths of this planet. However, the future is cloudy to us, a world of veils where dark apparitions flit in the shadows. Within this strange world, one image stands out in the mist, flickering through the landscape, wraith-like. It is a human, a lone figure shining in the toxic shadows. We Chozo do not know what it is, but our hearts swell of hope at the promise of that glowing light. We will place our faith in our shrine. We will be there when the light shines upon our land. Alright. Then, if we head through here, there is an item somewhere in here, I believe. I'm trying to remember. Ah, yeah, we can go through here, and there's a Morph Ball hole right here. Missile expansion. I think I have missed this missile the most in trying to go back and find it in repeat playthroughs. So it's always been a little bit of an annoyance for me. And we got some Chozo ghosts to deal with in this new room here. Thankfully, we can deal with them very easily now. Get rid of these guys here. Got one more. There we are. Thought I already scanned it before. And now we have access to 2 Morph Ball slots on both sides of the room. There's an energy tank in there. And I don't believe anything else of note is in this room. So, let's do it to it. Boost ball up both sides, and then we can activate both of these cells. That one activates a little spider ball track there. And we do have a limited amount of time to get to it. And then we can head through this tunnel all the way down to this energy tank. Easy. And we only have 2 energy tanks left in the entire game. Head back through this way. And there's another Morph Ball slot that we can activate. Preferably not all cockeyed like that. Come on. In the middle. I did not want to activate that one again. But we can activate this one. And that opens up that little beak there, giving us access to another tunnel. So we can jump up there. There we go. And not get hurt, preferably. And this will give us access back to that first area of the Chozo Ruins. Just be very careful, because these things can kill you. And here we are, back in the main plaza, and we can use this grapple beam here to jump across and get this missile tank that's been teasing us the entire game. There we go. 185 missile capacity now. Great. Let's head over here into this room, because we can access the Sun Tower again. And we could have gone back to the Sun Tower a while back, actually, because we did need just the gravity suit, and that was it. But who cares? I don't want to deal with these guys, so I'm not going to. Even though they're a lot easier to deal with now, they're still kind of annoying. So I'm not too pressed about it. Let's go ahead and open this door up. Ignore. If they can stop shooting me so I can actually use my wave beam. There we go. And then here we are back in the Sun Tower. We can go underwater. And we can access this room now. And this gets us access to another artifact. Awesome. It's the Artifact of Life Giver. And we found 75% of all items, and we have half of the artifacts now. Great stuff. Alright, so now with those rooms completed, I believe it was... Gathering Hall's good, Watery Hall's good, Dynamo... I believe it was either... No, not either. It's the Furnace we want to head back to, so I will see y'all there. Alright, head back into the furnace here. Make sure you don't fall down. And we are going to deal with these Chozo ghosts because they are kind of in the way of what I'm trying to do here. Preferably, they would not fall down into that pit where I can't hit them. So there's one. This one. And that's two. And now that they're gone, we can blow this open with a power bomb. And go down here. And now we have access to more of this room that we did not have access to before. In particular, we can now reach the spider ball track that is completely blocked by Parasite. Well, not completely. We can still latch onto it. But it's going to take some doing. And quite a bit more of this. Why am I so bad at timing this? What is happening? I know this is how it's supposed to be done, but I am having immense issues for some reason. What is happening? Why can I not get high enough? I did not mean to do that. Come on. Why is this taking so goddamn long? I know this is possible. I've done this so many times before. What is happening? Okay, I am so goddamn confused. I know this is possible. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. I hit it. There we go. Made it. Now we just gotta avoid these things. Go up this way. And careful, watch your shadow. You don't want to fall off here. Avoid the parasites. And then we can go up across here. Don't go too far over, because it does not quite line up exactly. We can do the same thing here. Once again, watch your shadow. It's kind of harder to see on the remastered version, but I think it's more visible in original Prime on the GameCube and Wii. So yeah, just be careful. We can go up here and grab the missile expansion. That was all that was in here. Literally just a missile expansion. But whatever, not a big deal. Still a little bit more we can get in here, though. We head over this way. We can go into this room again, and you'll remember there's the red beam spot at the top of it. So, let's get rid of these Chozo ghosts so they're not a nuisance. Because they will be otherwise if we just leave them be. And we need to be able to use this room without issue. Ah. Okay, last one here. There we go. And now, we are going to want to head up here. Switch to our plasma beam. And enable this one here. Go ahead and activate it like so. And it will open up the statue to reveal a door underneath it. Otherwise, this one has nothing to do with the morph ball, unlike the other ones. We go down. We find another artifact. There we are. That's the artifact of World. And that's 7 down. Now we can climb on out of here, no issue. And there's nothing to do with the morph ball here. So what we'll do now I don't believe there's anything else to do in Talon for Overworld. Is we will head... Sorry, we're not in the Overworld. We're in Choza Ruins. We'll head to the Talon... Well, actually, is there a elevator direct to Phendrana? Because that's where I want to go next, is Phendrana Drifts. I'm trying to remember if there's anywhere that goes directly to it. So Ruins, Phazon Mines. Okay, we're going back to Magmore, I guess. Alright, I'll see you guys in the Talon... Well, no, I'll see you guys in Phendrana Drifts. You already know how to get there if you've been watching along. I don't need to show that to you. Ah, yes, I almost forgot. At the top of the root cave, we can reach the top of the root cave now. Something I completely forgot about. So we should do that before we head over to Phendrana Drifts. While I'm passing through here anyway, because I did need to go through here to get to Magmore anyway. So let me get back up there. Grapple once again. Wait for the zoomer to cross. Get rid of that one so we don't get kicked off the cliff again. Get rid of this thing. And we will need the X-ray visor to get across. Not a big deal though. And we can jump on right over here. Open the plasma door. And we got yet another missile expansion. Oh boy. Lots of missiles. Okay. And now we'll head back down through Magmore. Alright, we are now back in Phendrana Drifts, and we are actually going to go... I don't believe there's much that we need to do, or can do, back in the... in this area, so we're not going to worry too much about that, but I am going to want to... Well, actually, no, that's a lie. There are a few things we can do in here. But first, I'm going to head towards the Quarantine Cave. So there is an item we can get there that we could not before. Courtesy of the Grapple Beam. So, we head back in here. We got 2 Grapple Beam points. 1 and 2. Head back through this Morph Ball tunnel here. And we have yet another missile expansion. Research on Talon 4 is expanding into new areas. Pending stabilization of the Thannus venture, we will expand in-animation research to include other native Talon 4 materials. The taming of Thannus continues. Barring unforeseen setbacks, it can be installed on Phazon Mine Patrol by Lotus's milestone. Alright, cool story, bro. Alright. There is a... yeah, mother in here, but we're not gonna worry about it. Because we are not going down there just yet. We're going to head back to the Phendrana Depths now. Move around here. Go up the Morph Ball rail. And now that we have the Plasma Beam, we can open this ice here and grab this energy tank. There's only one energy tank left somewhere in Talon 4. Okay, so looking around here, it's the research lab that I don't think we have anywhere else we need to go in. I think we're completely done there. We are going to want to explore a little bit more of these areas. We'll go up on the top still for now. This route here works for me. I am going the exact way I just said I didn't want to go yet. Please leave me alone, space pirates. Head up this way. There we go. As before, nothing in this room. I did not know there were scarabs that ever spawned there. Alright. And then this thing here, we can grapple on. Okay. Or we can fall all the way down. Yeah, I could have swore there was something we could do with this. A well-placed plasma beam charge will insta-kill these guys. Ah, wait, hold on. Power bomb. Or not. I could have swore that this was either a plasma beam or a power bomb deal. So now I'm trying to remember how the hell it was that I'm supposed to break this open. Well, whatever. As before, let's try that. Oh, hold on. Get back up from the direction we came. So now, we can grapple across this way. And fail miserably. Okay. This one's a little bit tricky. It's because we needed to be doing it from that side. That's why. My bad. Wait for him to get a little bit further away from me. And then grapple across. There we go. And I believe from this side, we should be able to... Ah, yeah, there it is. Hit that. Please don't kill it. There we go. And now we can get under the ice there. Jump all the way down. And in we go. Missile expansion right here. And I believe that's the only thing under the ice here. Yeah, thought so. Jump back out. And then we have Phendrana's Edge here. I don't believe we... in the Gravity Chamber and the Hunter Cave. Might as well go all the way around. I will see you guys if I find anything else of note. Okay, yeah, in Phendrana's Edge, there are some grapple beam points, which we can't reach from where we are, but I believe either that or we can reach them from where we are. But either way, we are going to have to use the X-ray visor in here as well, I believe. First, let's climb all the way back up to the top so that we aren't stuck down here and can't actually do the puzzle. Kind of need to be there to do anything with it, turns out. So climb up this way. Could have swore I just saw a power bomb refill. Not a big deal though. We aren't hurting for power bombs right now. Okay. So I'm not seeing any right now. Not a big deal. Go ahead and hit that beam. Jump onto that platform there. Cross. And on up here. And then we have our old friend, grapple creature, on the other side here. now we can get through. Okay, there were no X-ray things in there, but there is a power bomb expansion. Hell yeah. Let's see. Phazon Vein Omicron has the highest yield per cubic meter of all excavation sites. The impact core is estimated to be 800 meters from termination point of Phazon Vein Omicron. Drones reporting from mine duty must check in at control tower for debriefing. Also, I am just now remembering, there is a reason we're going to have to go through the lab, because there's an item in the control tower that I've mentioned before that we need to be able to get. But I will continue exploring the rest of this area for now. Let's head all the way down and keep looking around. Getting some scan data here. Unique Phazon readings. Those are inevitably going to be in the Phazon mines. We're not going back just yet, though. We still got some exploring to do. I believe there was nothing else in this room. Now we're back in the Frozen Pike, so I'm going to head into the research core and get to the control tower. See you guys there. Alright, got back to that one room. So we head through here now. First off, let's make quick work of these bozos. That way we don't have to worry about them harshing our groove. There you are. There. Easy. Now, I believe it's this side here. We already opened it, but you can see there, there's a large fuel cell attached to the base of this tower. Energy readings detect rapid fluctuations in power levels. The radion-based outer casing of the structure appears damaged and unstable. So, if we hit it with a missile, that'll crash it. And now we can get what I mentioned the last few times I walked through this room. So let's head on down. And lo and behold, another artifact. So that leaves 4 artifacts remaining. Very nice. And we can head back through here. Oh wait, no we can't. I'm trying to remember how to get out of this area now. Ah, yeah, through here. Jump up here as a morph ball, and you can go all the way back up to the top. Like so. And then I believe we're going to want to head all the way back to the ruined courtyard. So I'll see you guys there unless something catches my eye. Alright, here we are back in the rest of Phendrana Drifts. Did not see anything else of note, so I'm going to head down this way into this room here. Actually, I could have swore I just heard something. Hold on. Get rid of these bozos first. I see you. Okay, there we go. Okay, I know, I was just hearing things. Anyways, like I was saying, head back through this way. I believe in this room, there's an item that we need the plasma beam to acquire. I might be confusing this room for another room, though. I believe that may indeed be the case. Also, the plasma beam can hurt this thing from any direction. Does not matter. Very quick work. Ah, I hear it. I knew there was something in here with it. I'm trying to remember where exactly it is. That part's a little bit more difficult. Alright, let's see. Wherefore art thou, item? I'm hearing it over here. Ah, there it is. Power bomb expansion. Very nice. And we can just double jump on out of here. And then, we don't want to go back there. We're going to head over to Ice Ruins East now. Plasma Beam makes very quick work of Chi-Goths. It's honestly insane. And now in this room, this is the central room we had access to before. I believe there's at least one item that we can get now. Possibly more. If I can remember any others, but I don't think there are. I think it's just the one. Oh yeah, we can kill those things with a beam now. It's going to be back here, missile tank. Very nice, and I think that is it for this room. I think the shoreline entrance is empty. Same with the Chozo Ice Temple. But we are not done with Phendrana Drifts just yet. Also going to want to head up this way. Go across here. And get rid of this thing. There we go. She got down. I want to climb up this way. I believe it's something to do with this waterfall here. Or at least I thought that was the case. It might just be another ice thing. I thought the waterfall was the... Ah, here it is. Another missile tank. The more the merrier. And I believe that is it for Phendrana Drifts. So, I believe that'll about cover it. I think we're going to be heading back to the Phazon Mines about now. But, real quick, I am going to double check, see if there's anything else we can grab before we do. Ah, yeah. The Chozo Ice Temple is actually our next destination. Completely forgot that we can do something here now. So we jump across to get over. We can head into the Ice Temple through this way. Avoid the bombos. The bamboos. That's what they're called. And if we head back into the Ice Temple... Ah. fall down. There we go. This is not a platforming game. This should be easy for me. What am I doing? Brother. This is not that hard. Okay. Alright, heading back across again. We can use our plasma beam on the ice coming out of the Chozo statue's mouth. And that gives us a morph ball thing. Jump on, turn into a morph ball in its hands. Opens up a hole at the bottom there. Go on out, and then go on in. And here we have yet another artifact. And with that, we have 9 artifacts now. Only 3 remaining. And I think with that, I will see you guys back at Phase on Mines in the next episode. Bye-bye.